Greetings, Pokemon fans, and welcome back to Poliwrath. My name is JD. Today we're continuing with our playthrough of Pokemon Blue to figure out who the best fully evolved fighting type is in Generation 1. We did Machamp last week. We got a good video coming this week. Before I dive into that, make sure you hit the like button down below and comment. Both those things help out the YouTube algorithm. And if you like videos like this, hit the subscribe button. You get videos like this all the time. I post 3 times a week, and I have about 2 years worth of videos, so you can always go check those out. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the Pokemon we're playing through as today, which is one of my favorite Pokemon in Generation 1, which is Poliwrath. Poliwrath is known as a tadpole Pokemon and is a water fighting type. It is a stone evolution, so when we go over the moves, let's go and dive into that. So the stats of this Pokemon are as follows. HP is 90, attack is 85, defense is 95. There is no special attack or special defense in Generation 1, it's just special, which is 70, and speed is also 70. So special and speed are our 2 worst stats. It's actually a weird Pokemon. Poliwhirl is actually faster than Poliwrath. When it evolves, it actually gets slower. That's probably because it gets the fighting type. That's probably the reason why. And like I said, when you look at the level up moveset, this Pokemon does not earn moves via level up because it is a stone evolution. So we start off the game with Hypnosis, Water Gun, Double Slap, and Body Slam. Solid moveset to start the game. We got a stab move and we got a very powerful physical move. This Pokemon has decent special and great physical attack. So that's pretty good to start the game with. Let's go ahead and dive into the team moveset real quick. We're not going to go over in too much detail what's going on with this. I will point out some pretty big moves we're going to use. We're not going to use Mega Punch. We're actually going to forego it. Body Slam we're definitely going to use. We're going to use Bubble Beam for sure. Ice Beam and Blizzard will get used. We will use none of the actual fighting type moves. Only one is a move that actually does like normal damage and it's Stab, which is Submission. But there's Recoil and it's very inaccurate, so it's not very useful in a playthrough with a fighting type Pokemon. Earthquake is also a move we will use, 100 base power, 100% accurate. It's weird that we get Earthquake but not Dig, but I digress. Psychic will be very useful, gets a couple things. Mimic will be useful, so you can use the badge boost. We will not use Double Team, let's see down here. Rest possibly will be used, and actually, weirdly enough, we won't use Surf. Once you use Surf, you can't remove it. And this Pokemon has a pretty good diverse moveset that we don't really need to worry about having a stab move, that we just want to have a lot of good coverage. Go and dive into this playthrough. So first battle, as usual, is with our rival. Our rival's name, I believe, is Derp. I've been kind of just sticking with that for the last couple weeks. So Derp will get 2-shot by Poliwrath. We named our Poliwrath Swirls, and we're going to move right on to our next battle, which is also against our rival. He's going to come out with a Pidgey. Now this battle is a risk because you can get Sand Attacked into Oblivion and never actually be able to knock this Pokemon out. So we do put Pidgey to sleep on our first try, which is lucky for us. So Body Slam seems to be the best move. Goes for Sand Attack. It missed twice, which is very lucky. And now we can just Body Slam. They Bulbasaur. We paralyze it. We don't take any damage. That is the most convenient battle ever. And we level up from level 6 to level 8 in that battle. And we're going to move on to the Bug Forest. With the Bug Forest, it's not really that important that we fight a lot of battles here. We probably could honestly go straight to Brock's Gym without any issues. But we're going to go ahead and fight these just because we're going to get the levels. And we're going to get a very good time with Brock anyway. So first Bug Catcher we beat is nothing special. The second one also is nothing special. The only thing here that can really be the worst thing ever is if we get poisoned. But if we get poisoned, we're literally about to pick up another antidote. We already picked up one. It's attached to that tree. Now we're going to pick up another antidote and go with this last bug trainer in the forest. And it's going to come out with a very high level Weedle. And Weedle's going to come out. Come on, let's go and hit it. A little bit of dramatic effect. We ran out of Body Slams, which isn't a big deal. It's not a big deal. We're out of Body Slams. Water Gun is a very effective move early in the game. And we're going into a gym where Water Gun will one-shot everything we touch. So one-shot on the Diglett, one-shot on the Sandshrew. Oh no, it's not a one-shot on the Sandshrew. He holds on for a little bit. Tough little guy. And we're going to move right on to Brock. Brock is the rock gym leader with Rock Ground Pokemon. So Water Gun is 4 times effective. That's why up in the left corner it says 240 is its effective power against rock Pokemon. Knock it out, get the win. Get a very easy win over Brock. We're right on to Mount Moon. Now, Mount Moon, we actually forego a lot of things. I usually pick up Mega Punch for any Pokemon that can use it. Also pick up other things, but forego a lot of those things. Just grab the Ether. That was the only thing we detoured from. We fought some battles that were convenient for us, but weren't super difficult. And now we're picking up the Dome Fossil. Oh, hell, the Dome Fossil. I'm going to move right on to Misty's Gym. Now, beating Misty right now is pretty important because we upgrade our move from a 40 base power Water Gun to a 60 base power Bubble Beam. So we 2-shot the first Pokemon, the Staryu, and the second Pokemon. They will not go for anything super effective, or not even super effective, but super powerful, I should say, because we are water type, so we get a pretty easy win. We pick up Bubble Beam, we replace Water Gun with Bubble Beam, Then we're going to move right on to our third rival battle. Third rival battle can be tricky because Pidgeotto, he has Pidgeotto. Pidgeotto can sand attack us, but we end up getting a one-shot with Bubble Beam. We end up one-shotting with on Abra. We one-shot on the Rattata, and Bulbasaur will be a two-shot. Very easy win, very convincing win over our third rival battle, and move right on to our fourth rival battle. Flying through this game. We're only at 12 minutes. This is probably the fastest time I think I've ever had in this game so far. And we are two-shotting the Pidgeotto. Very good. Eradicate comes out, gets one shot by Bubble Beam. Body Slam on the Kadabra. Also Body Slam on the Ivysaur. It's not a one-shot, but we get a two-shot. Very easy win. I'm going to move right on to Lieutenant Surge's gym. Lieutenant Surge should be the one gym we have the most problems with. But honestly, we haven't really fought a lot of extra battles. We're at level 28. So we have 7 levels on his first Pokemon. We have 10 levels on the Pikachu. So both those are one-shot. And Raichu's also a one-shot with a critical hit from Body Slam. We're going to take this battle. I'm going to move right on to and face the hiker in the gym. I call him Boomer. And he'll go down to 3 Bubble Beams. I show him because there are some Pokemon that really do struggle in this battle. Poliwrath is not one of those. Poliwrath is flying through this game at a breakneck pace. Move right on to the game center. In the game corner, we're going to go and face this guy. He's not really difficult. And we did upgrade our moveset a little bit. We have Psychic now. So Psychic will be very effective in a couple parts of the game. Specifically against Koga, who is Poison type. And specifically against Erica, who is Grass Poison type for most of her Pokemon. And now we're facing Giovanni. Giovanni will go down to 1 Bubble Beam. Well, we miss a Bubble Beam. And that rare 1 in 255, whatever you just miss. And then we knock out the Kangaskhan in 2 hits. Beat it. And we're going to grab this. We're also going to grab the Super Potion right behind it. I don't know if you ever know that or not, but there's a Super Potion hiding there. And we're going to move right on to our 5th rival battle. This is in the Pokemon Tower. And he's starting to have a well-rounded team. And Body Slam is not a one-shot. So close. So close to a one-shot on the Pidgeotto. Gyarados comes out. Go for Body Slam on the Gyarados. That's a 2-shot. Very good. And we're going to go for Bubble Beam on the Growlithe. And you should have a Kadabra. Kadabra will be a one-shot with Body Slam. And now do we one-shot the Ivysaur? It's very bulky. We do, because we have Psychic. And we beat Dirt for the 5th time. I'm going to move right on to Erica's gym. I thought it was going to be Koga's gym for a second, but we need strength. So you got to have strength to get the Boulder move, to get the rare candy from the Warden. So we're going to go ahead and save right here, and this is where we get our first loss. And this is what's tricky about Pokemon that have status conditions. We're going to two-shot the Victory Bell. We're going to put Sleep actually first, which is smart, because if we don't put the Sleep, it's going to knock us out, which is what happens with the final Pokemon here. So now, Vileplume comes out, we don't put the Sleep, it puts us to sleep, and Mega Drain doesn't do a lot of damage, because we do have pretty good special defense, but now Thrash is doing a heck of a lot of damage. So we get knocked out, and we're going to have to face this battle again. So we get our first loss against Erica, which is not very common. It doesn't happen all the time. We're down to half health already, so that's fun. We get a critical hit on the Tangela, and so now we put the Vileplume to sleep, and like I said, this is going to be a one-shot. So that's good. We beat Erica. I'm going to move right on to Koga. Now, Koga is the Poison Gym leader. We have a huge advantage here. We have Psychic, and unless everything falls off the rails, like kind of like what it did against Erica, we should get a pretty easy win here. Psychic, one-shot on the Coughing. Psychic is a two-shot on the Muck. Psychic on the Coughing. We could have got Earthquake. It would have been just as effective as well. And then a two-shot on the Wheezing. Very easy win over Koga. We beat Koga. I'm going to move right on to, I believe we're going to move on to Blaine. Because Blaine is the Fire Gym leader. And we have Bubble Beam, and Bubble Beam's okay. But we really don't want Bubble Beam much longer in this game. It's not that effective. So Growlithe comes out, one shot with Bubble Beam. Very good. Ponyta comes out, one shot. Very good. Rapidash will not be a one shot. It goes for a Tail Whip. It missed. And now we're going to go ahead and knock out the Arcanine with the two-shot. He's going to heal. This is prolonging the inevitable, buddy. We beat Arcanine. We beat Blaine. We're going to move right on from Blaine into our 6th rival battle. He has got a well-rounded team now. It's one of the more complicated rival battles, but I'm pretty sure we got something for everything here. So he's going to come out with a Pidgeot. Pidgeot, we're going to go for Ice Beam. Ice Beam is a one-shot with a critical hit. Very good. We're going to move on to Gyarados. Gyarados is going to go down to 2 Body Slams. Even with a critical hit, we don't knock it out. It bites us, not a big deal. And we'll go for Earthquake on the Growlithe. Very good. So far, we're pretty much doing pretty good. We're one-shotting most things, and the only thing we didn't was the Gyarados. And now we're going to go for Ice Beam on the Venusaur. Goes for Vine Whip. It barely tickles us. We knock him out. with another Ice Beam. We level up to level 44. We beat Derp Derp Derp, and we're going to move right on to Giovanni. Giovanni is going to come out with, he's a cakewalk. He's got poison Pokemon and he's got some ground Pokemon. And we have Psychic for the poison. One more time. There we go. One shot on the Nidorino. Then we're going to go for Earthquake on Kangaskhan. Not a one shot, so close, but you get to knock out anyone on this next turn. Earthquake on the Rhyhorn, and we have one more Pokemon to deal with. That's Nidoqueen. We have Psychic. It still won't be a one shot. She's a bulky girl, but we get a two shot on this on the Nidoqueen, and we're going to go ahead and dig out of here. And we move right on to face Sabrina. Sabrina is probably is another gym that we should have a problem against, because Sabrina is Psychic type, and if we don't go first, she's going to hit us and hit us hard with Psychic. So we one-shot the Kadabra, and Mr. Mom's is healing itself, so we got caught in a healing loop there. Venomoth is, that's a pretty decent amount of damage right there, I'm not going to lie. Psybeam does that's a third. And so, Earthquake is not a one-shot, but we get the two shots. I don't know why she ever uses Psywave. If she did Psychic, she probably could have knocked us out there. But we finished up against Sabrina. We're going to move right on to our final gym leader, which is Giovanni. Giovanni is going to be a cakewalk. It's going to be an absolute cakewalk. First Pokemon's Rhyhorn, and we have Ice Beam for Rhyhorn. That's a one-shot, very good. Dugtrio comes out. We're going to go for Earthquake. That's a one-shot, very good. Nidoqueen comes out. Psychic on the Nidoqueen. Not a one-shot, darn it. I predicted wrong. So that's two one-shots. And then a two-shot on the Nidoking. Very good. And then the last Pokemon, which is Rhydon, we go for Earthquake or Ice Beam. Either one of them will be a one or two shot. Yep, we get the knockout. Very easy win over Giovanni number 3, actually. And now we're going to move right on and face our rival. Our rival, it's a last one for the Elite Four. Rival number 7. And he's going to come out. He's got a pretty good team, not going to lie. He's got a pretty fully evolved team. Come out with a Pidgeot. Pidgeot will go down to not one, but two Ice Beams. Very good. Rhyhorn comes out. We'll go for Ice Beam on the Rhyhorn. Very good. Gyarados comes out. Gonna go for Ice Beam on the Gyarados. He bites us. Body Slam's going to be a better option. And we got to worry about a couple things here. And Earthquake will be a one-shot on the Growlithe. So he has two Pokemon left. Alakazam, which we're worried about, because if we don't knock out Alakazam, I'm pretty sure Psychic is going to one-shot us. Yep. So we need to add a move to make sure we outspeed the Alakazam. And we're adding Mimic in place of Body Slam. So Mimic's going to let us use Mimic. We're going to Mimic Agility off of the Pidgeot. And now we're going to use this one to up our speed so that we outspeed the Alakazam. So he doesn't go for Reflect and we don't make it a two-shot. But it's also going to up our other stats around that stat. So other physical attack and special attack both have been boosted. So we can do a little bit more damage than we were doing before. And hopefully we don't have to worry about any misses or miscues or whatever case may be on the Alakazam. We get the one shot, very good. Now we level up, so we lost all that badge boost. But Venusaur's a two shot and only going for Violent. We get the knockout, we get the win over our rival, and move on to the Elite Four. And now we're at the Pokemon League on the Indigo Plateau, and we're about to go in and face the Elite Four. But before I do, we're going to go ahead and look at the stats and the moves of this Pokemon. So I paused it, so I went very fast on that. Clicked through very fast, and I forgot to slow it down, so I paused it right at the right time. So just want you to know I got some good pausing skills here. First thing I want to go over is the stats of this Pokemon before we dive into the Elite Four. The stats: attack is 155, defense is 167, speed is 136, and special is 137. Solid stats across the board. And let's go and go to the moveset. The moveset for this Pokemon will be varied a little bit. It's a Mimic. Mimic will help us mimic a move that usually it's to help badge boost. Earthquake obviously is a very powerful ground move. Psychic is a very powerful psychic move. And Ice Beam is a very powerful ice move. All those moves have the name of the typing it is in there. Very interesting. Well, Earthquake is ground, but Earth, whatever. And we'll also be using two other moves. We're going to be using Blizzard in place of Ice Beam at some point during the Elite Four. We're also using Rest in place of some move. I don't remember which one it is. I think maybe it's Mimic at one point. But that's it. In this Pokemon, look at the time. 39 minutes and 8 seconds. We're at a very good time. Breakneck pace is what I like to call it. One of the faster times we've had getting into Elite Four. And in the bottom left, obviously, is all of our stats with the badge boost applied. Let's go and dive into the Elite Four. The first member of the Elite Four. See, I went through again just in case I didn't get the pause correct. And the first member of the Elite Four is Lorelei. Lorelei, whatever it is. And she can come out with a Dugong Gong Gong. We're going for Earthquake on the Dugong. That's good. Looks like it's going to be a two-shot. It goes for Rest. And we should have just gone for Earthquake again. Earthquake looks like it's going to be a knockout. Very good. And now Cloyster comes out. We're going to go for Psychic on the Cloyster. Cloyster's got very frail special defense, or just special in general. So we get the knockout over Cloyster, and now we're moving on to Slowbro. Slowbro is just going to spam Amnesia. We are a Psychic type, or I'm sorry, we're Fighting type, and it sees a Psychic move as the most effective. So good AI at work right here, where it's not going to hit us at all. Knock out the Jinx, and now a fully boosted Earthquake does not knock it out because we hit a critical hit, so it skips over all of our stat buffs. But we get a pretty easy win over Lorelei and move right on to Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno very much. He's kind of a bum. He's like a lost hiker. He just wandered in here. But we're going to go and go for Ice Beam on the Onyx. We're going to go for Psychic on the Hitmonchan. Hitmonlee, which is actually our next Pokemon. So keep that in mind for next week. And we're going to go for Ice Beam on the Onyx. And the final Pokemon, which we already played through as, is Machamp. We don't one-shot it. Submission doesn't do squat to us. Knock it out. Very easy win. And move right on to Agatha. Now, Agatha can be tricky if she can get us to sleep. We have the Agatha Lauder we got to worry about. But the sleep, paralyzation, confusion, and poison. Earthquake, though, is a one-shot in the Gengar. Good way to start off the battle. We're going to go ahead and go for Ice Beam on the Golbat. We don't get a one-shot. It switches out to Haunter. Haunter will be a one-shot with Earthquake. It goes back to the Golbat. So we get no hits so far on us. We got 2 Pokemon left. We have Psychic on the Arbok. Very good, get the one-shot. And then on the last Pokemon, this is a one-shot. Gengar is a one-shot. Agatha, really a non-factor in that battle. That will not be the case for Hitmonlee, I guarantee it, because Hitmonlee doesn't have a variety of moves like that. Moving on to Lance. Lance is supposed to be the Dragon Gym leader, or expert, I should say. He's going to lead out with a Gyarados. We're going to go for Psychic on the Gyarados. We should have gone for Ice Beam just to maybe get a freeze so he doesn't hit us back. But we're going to go for a Mimic on the Dragonair. He's only going to go for Agility. And because good AI, Psychic, Agility is a Psychic move. So I've used it as the most effective move. So it's only going to spam Agility. Actually, all these Pokemon are going to spam Agility except for Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl could possibly go for something else. Dragonite would have gone for Barrier just repeatedly. We beat Lance. There we go. I'm stumbling over my words and I don't know why. And move right on to our rival, the final battle of the game, the gym leader, or the champion, whatever we'll call it. Blizzard will one-shot Pidgeot. Alakazam comes out, and as long as we can one-shot Alakazam, we don't take too much damage from Psychic. We survive it with about a little less than half health. We're going to rest on the Rhydon, and here's part of the strategy of beating our rival, unless you have a badge boosting move, is Rhydon usually only goes for Fury Attack, Tail Whip, or Leer. He doesn't usually go for any other moves. So if you're using Rest and he's using Tail Whip, so there's 2 Leers, there's 3 Leers, and there's a 4th Tail Whip, so now we have fully maxed out stats. We're going to go for Psychic on the Rhydon. We don't get the one-shot, however, we do knock it out in the next turn, very good. Gyarados comes out. Gyarados, we're going to go for Blizzard, we miss it. He actually lures us again, boosting our attack stat one more time. Dragon Rage is not a big deal, it only does 40 damage, so for full health with 40 damage, not a big deal at all. Earthquake will one-shot the Arcanine, and now Venusaur comes out. We're going to go for Blizzard on the Venusaur. We get a one-shot, we get the win over our rival, and we beat him as the champion. And now we got a time clocked in at 43 minutes and 52 seconds. This time is absolutely amazing. Okay, one of the fastest times I've ever played through, besides like Mewtwo. And Mewtwo is like has the stats to the roof, so that's not even a fair comparison. 43 minutes, 52 seconds. We're getting logged into the league, and we'll get our actual in-game time, which I don't usually go off of. And there's a lot of reasons for that, and people have asked me about that. And mainly, more or less, I'm going to pause it right there. 4 hours and 29 minutes. The reason why I don't go off of this is there's times I play through and I have to pause it and go use the restroom and pause it. And I'll actually give an example. I was playing through this week as Ladian. Ladian is the next playthrough that's due on Friday. That's going to be posted and whatever. However, I had to pause it and go to work. And I came back. And this is why I physically don't like to pause this. Is the game froze, and luckily I saved it. So I had to get out and go back in. And I had to reload all the software. It took a lot of time. Whereas if I just pause it, it comes back exactly where, or if I just, don't play and let it sit there, it comes back and I can just play it and then I can pick it right up where I left off. Yeah, it does affect the in-game time, but I don't go off in-game time. I go off my real time playing the game at 43 minutes, 52 seconds. So, we have a tier list we got to update. So with this being said, you guys just saw the time. Poliwrath is going to be in the sub 45 minute tier. It's the only Pokemon in that tier so far. So we got 3 very good Pokemon at the top of this list so far. Poliwrath is number 1, Machamp is number 2, Charizard's number 3, and all 3 of them I think I can get a slightly better time on all of them. Machamp for sure could get under 45 minutes, and I think Charizard with the right amount of just planning, we can get that under 45 minutes as well. However, actually, Charizard got 2 runs. Machamp and Poliwrath were on first tries, which not quite true because I played through a long time ago with their base forms and evolved them. But Poliwrath right now sits at the top of the leaderboard. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. We will be having a video coming out on Friday. It's for Ladian and Generation 2 Crystal. Fully evolved, optimized. It's going to be a fun run. It was kind of a tedious run in some parts, but for the most part, it was very fun. I really much enjoyed it. And fully evolved with a Pokemon I really struggled and getting a better run. That's what I'm all about with these playthroughs. It's Pokemon that struggled in Generation 2 that I played through that were tough. And then you come back and you basically all gas, no brakes, no reference to Jacob Fatu or anything like that. But what happens when you just kind of ramp up this Pokemon and put out the best possible version of that Pokemon? What can it do in the game? And some Pokemon can get the game done in like an hour, and some Pokemon take a while. And this Pokemon took a while, but it's still a fun playthrough nonetheless. So next week will be a playthrough of Hitmonlee. Hitmonlee is a very good Pokemon. I had a very good playthrough the first time I played through with it a long time ago. Now this one, basically I can take the first one and kind of learn from it because it's the same Pokemon. It's fully evolved. We don't have to worry about evolution. And it has some really good movesets. So we'll see what I'll go back and kind of watch and see what I did in that playthrough, see what I can do to improve. So it does get a slight advantage, but it also has a disadvantage of having lower stats because it doesn't evolve. Okay, so let me just think about this video in the comment section down below. Make sure you like, comment down below, it helps the algorithm. And make sure you subscribe to get videos like this all the time. And go check out some of my other videos. I already did the fire types. You see all the fire types on the tier list. There's a ranking for them if you want to go watch that as well. Have a good one. I'll see you guys on Friday.